The tension is heating up between George Kambosos Jr. and Teofimo Lopez, and boxing fans can't get enough of the drama. The two fighters, who share a fiery history, are reigniting their rivalry after Teofimo called out Kambosos and Devin Haney on social media, claiming he offered them reasonable deals that they both turned down. Kambosos didn't hold back, calling Teofimo a fake and ridiculing his supposed offers, saying the Brooklyn native knows nothing about selling tickets or pay-per-views. With Kambosos fresh off a big co-promotional deal with Matchroom Boxing and eyeing major fights in the 140lb division, and Teofimo desperately trying to keep his WBO title reign relevant, the war of words has fans wondering, will these two settle the score in the ring? Or is Teofimo just stirring the pot to stay in the headlines? This rivalry has all the ingredients of high-stakes drama, and we're here to break it all down for you. George Kambosos Jr. didn't hold back when reacting to Teofimo Lopez's recent claims on social media. Teofimo asserted that he had made reasonable offers to both Kambosos and Devin Haney for potential fights, but that both fighters had turned them down. In response, Kambosos called Teofimo fake and accused him of being clueless about how pay-per-view sales or ticket sales work. According to Teofimo, the supposed offer included a guaranteed $2 4 million payout and a 55/45 split of the pay-per-view revenue. However, Teofimo did not clarify if he would take the larger 55% share, though that seems likely since he currently holds the WBO light welterweight title. Teofimo may argue that his championship status justifies a bigger cut of the pie, but Kambosos dismissed the claims with skepticism. Despite the war of words, Kambosos has expressed a willingness to fight Teofimo again and encouraged him to make contact if he's serious about arranging the matchup. The rivalry between Kambosos and Teofimo has been simmering since their first encounter 3 years ago, on November 27, 2021, when Kambosos pulled off an upset victory via a 12-round split decision. Following that loss, Teofimo chose to skip a rematch and instead moved up to the 140-pound division. He was quickly maneuvered by his promoters at Top Rank into a title fight against a declining Josh Taylor, which he won in June 2023 to claim the WBO light welterweight belt. Meanwhile, Kambosos has been charting his own path, recently signing a co-promotional deal with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. This partnership positions him as a potential challenger for the winner of the December 7 showdown between IBF light welterweight champion Liam Paro and Richardson Hitchens. The stage is set for Kambosos to make significant moves in the division, regardless of whether a rematch with Teofimo materializes. Kambosos delivers a stinging response. Kambosos didn't mince words in his fiery rebuttal to Teofimo's claims. Taking aim at both Teofimo's offers and his career trajectory, Kambosos declared, "There's your reasonable offer. You're fake, like I said in 2021 and like I'm saying again in 2024. You don't know anything about money, PPVs, or selling tickets. These days, you're fighting in wedding ballrooms. You don't know if you're coming or going. If you really want the fight, you know where to find me. And bring your dad too, we're already 2-0 against you clowns. Your bosses don't even respect you, just like I didn't when I manhandled you." This scathing critique not only ridiculed Teofimo's supposed offers but also highlighted Kambosos' confidence stemming from their previous bout. Teofimo, in turn, defended his actions on social media, insisting that he had made legitimate offers and suggesting fans verify with Top Rank and Bruce Trampler. Despite this, many fans and analysts remain skeptical about Teofimo's sincerity, interpreting his online posts as attempts to grab attention rather than genuine efforts to secure fights with top opponents like Haney or Kambosos. Critics argue that Teofimo has not been performing at the level needed to maintain his WBO 140lb title for much longer, and some believe he's avoiding the division's toughest challenges. For Kambosos, however, the door remains open, provided Teofimo backs up his words with meaningful action. The ongoing feud between Kambosos and Teofimo is not just about boxing, it's about pride, legacy, and proving who's truly the better fighter. For Kambosos, who shocked the world by defeating Teofimo 3 years ago, a rematch would be an opportunity to solidify his dominance and silence any doubts. On the other hand, Teofimo, despite his current WBO title, faces mounting pressure to deliver credible performances against elite competition. His decision to move up in weight and his subsequent title win against Josh Taylor were seen by some as strategic moves to avoid tougher opponents in the lightweight division. For fans, the anticipation for a rematch, or at least for Teofimo to take on serious contenders, continues to grow. While Kambosos is focused on his next potential bout against the winner of Paro vs Hitchens, his willingness to revisit the rivalry with Teofimo adds a layer of intrigue to the division. Whether Teofimo responds with action or more social media posts remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the boxing world is watching, and both fighters have a lot to prove if they want to keep their names relevant in the competitive 140 lb division. Kambosos stands firm on his legacy. George Kambosos Jr. has every reason to feel confident about his standing in the boxing world. His victory over Teofimo Lopez in 2021 wasn't just a split decision, it was a career-defining upset that earned him the unified lightweight championship and global respect. Since then, Kambosos has continued to build his reputation, facing tough opponents and securing a co-promotional deal with Matchroom Boxing. This partnership shows that Kambosos is serious about his career and is aligning himself with opportunities to face elite-level fighters. His potential matchup with the winner of the Liam Paro vs Richardson Hitchens fight is just another step in his journey to further solidify his legacy at 140 pounds. Teofimo's career choices under scrutiny. While Teofimo Lopez's talent is undeniable, his career decisions have often raised eyebrows. After losing to Kambosos, instead of pursuing a rematch, Teofimo chose to move up to the 140 lb division and face Josh Taylor for the WBO title. While he won that fight, critics argue that Taylor was no longer in his prime, which made the victory less impactful than it could have been. Furthermore, Teofimo's reluctance to face top-tier opponents like Devin Haney or other rising stars in his division has led many to question whether he's truly interested in proving himself or just preserving his status as a champion. The fans' frustration. The boxing community has been vocal about its frustrations with both Teofimo's attitude and the matchmaking choices in his career. Fans want to see competitive fights against the best in the division, matchups that would not only entertain but also clarify who truly belongs at the top. Offers like the one Teofimo allegedly made to Kambosos and Haney, while financially substantial, seem to lack genuine intention or transparency. It's clear that the fans are growing tired of social media bravado and want to see meaningful action inside the ring. The path forward. For Kambosos and Teofimo, the path forward is simple yet challenging: they must fight the best opponents available. Kambosos has already shown his willingness to face top fighters, and his co-promotional deal positions him well for future opportunities. Teofimo, on the other hand, must focus on silencing his critics by taking on legitimate challenges instead of relying on his online persona to stay relevant. A rematch between these two fighters would not only settle their ongoing feud but also reignite interest in their careers. Ultimately, their decisions in the coming months will determine whether they rise to the occasion or fade into the background of a stacked 140 lb division.